Racing for a Cause tonight on Friday, December 23rd. Area and their iRacing series Go Racing for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Hi, everybody. I'm Kyle Heyer, joined by Hunter Sleppy tonight for a dirt racing event. We're here at USA International Speedway. It's long since been covered in dirt in the iRacing world, at least for tonight. Looking down as qualifying's underway. Hunter, tonight this is for a special cause, trying to reach a $1,000 donation for the foundation. You can click the links in the chats wherever you're watching this, but Hunter, tonight is a special night for those in the league, and it comes from a place that Jacob and the rest of the crew at Area thought that they could help in, and it kind of starts a couple years back.
Indeed, anything helps. As you see on the bottom, we are over halfway now towards our goal of $1,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Last season, we did it for the American Red Cross, had 1,100 in donations. 100% of these, obviously, are going towards the foundation. Last year, as mentioned, it was the American Red Cross for the tornado relief over in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and the surrounding areas. Tonight, for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, all donations will be shown on the bottom of the screen, the most recent ones on the bottom right and the highest on the bottom right as well.
Yeah, so for racing for a really good cause tonight. A pretty short show this evening. It's going to be 2 8-lap heats followed by a 50-lap feature on USA International's dirt configuration. This is a really long and narrow dirt track. You get some pretty high speeds on the straightaways, and the corners are pretty tight. Not a lot of banking to lean on here. We've got just shy of 20 drivers participating tonight. Ryan Swan is one of them. You see him on track now, laying down his times right now at 26.772, the best that he's laid down on the board. And Jacob Bell is on track now, one of the organizers of this event, in his number 77, and his first lap is coming to completion this time through. About 26 and a half second laps around here. There it goes, 26.659 up to 6th place for Jacob Bell.
Yeah, Jake had a pretty solid run here last season when we had the first charity event and wanted to finish a little bit better than where he was last season. It was between Trent Ivey and Chris Ferguson, and unfortunately those guys are not in tonight. But fortunately for the rest of the field, they're going to have a shot at it, and Jacob Bell is one of those drivers who might just have a shot at it.
Off into turn number 1 again, sailing in a lot of entry speed there and drifts all the way out to the outside wall. And it looks like he's going to bail out on this second lap opportunity, so he's going to take the 6th place starting position, at least, or 6th place qualifying for the 2 8-lap heats we've got coming up here again. Quick look at the weather information trackside here in the evening at USA International Speedway. Air temp is 84 degrees, but that dirt is cool. 62 degrees Fahrenheit down there on the racetrack, Hunter. That means it's going to be prime conditions here. That dirt is going to be nice and hard-packed right to start the night. It won't be shifting around a whole lot. So the track conditions might not shift all that much, but we know that every lap is different in these dirt racing events, especially with these heavy street stock cars.
Absolutely, but you want to keep your car positioned towards the middle to top portion of the track. That's where the passing is going to go. Well, could see some passing on the bottom, but that's where most drivers are going to want to be because of how much momentum you get off the corner and down these long straightaways. And, got a little more than a minute remaining. And yes, as mentioned, 2 heat races. So everyone is going to make it in the main tonight. It's 2 heat races for 8 laps each. Just determines where your starting spot will be for the main event. 50 laps. Caution laps do not count for the heats, but they do count for the feature.
Yep, so we'll keep that in mind here if we got our 50-lap feature coming up, which, again, it'll be a pretty short show tonight, but, again, benefiting the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Link is available to click and donate in any of the places you're watching, whether it be Facebook, Twitch, or on YouTube. Your donation is appreciated and helps out a lot of people, especially around the holidays, Hunter. This is prime time for loneliness and that sort of thing, so this is certainly going to help out a lot of people. Any donation is appreciated, and again, we're going to call out a couple times tonight, especially if you see your name pop up there on the bottom of the screen. 25 seconds ago here in qualifying, and Philip York is at the top of the standings, followed by Brad Slaughter Jr., Carter Koop, Ed Robertson, and David Weishart. They're your top 5, but we're going to split them up into their 2 heats here, the 2 8-lap heats, and set the grid for our 50-lap feature race. That's coming up here in just about 10 seconds, Hunter.
Yep, and Area iRacing has actually just chipped in $100. Honored to have this event again. So we're now at a total of $630, a little less than $400 away from the goal of $1,000. Any donation is appreciated here tonight, and getting ready for this feature. I'm excited.
8 laps will be under 4 minutes here, but remember, caution laps will not count in this, so if we do get cautions, that will stop the lap progress. And starting lineup for this is on the left-hand side of your screen here. There they are. It's actually, well, let's use the horizontal ticker here for an 8-driver race, or a 10-driver race, I should say. Up at the top, it's Philip York in the number 25, Carter Koop in the 52. He's on the outside of the front row, followed by David Weishart, Michael Curhan, Bryce Senesac, Dylan Kuhl in the number 83, then Ryan Swan, Matthew Cochran, Ryan Hartz, and Logan Hartman, the remainder of your 10 starters here for this heat race. This is heat 1 of 2 tonight, 10 drivers in each.
Yeah, and there they go. The pace car going to lead the field around for 1 lap. And going to let them loose.
Yeah, turn them loose here on the dirt. I love watching street stocks here. I've seen one dirt race here before, and one of the things that I've noticed about the street stocks in particular is that they're really heavy and don't love to change direction. They slide around, especially on these flat tracks here, Hunter. They really struggle for mid-corner grip, so you have to throw them off in there pretty conservatively at times to make sure that they're going to stick to the road and not slide up towards that outside wall.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see how this feature, well, prelim to the feature goes. That's Jacob York on the bottom, and Carter Koop, he's already got the outside roll, and he's ready to let her rip.
Trying something different. Field rolls out of turn number 4. Time to go racing in heat number 1 of 2.
We got one more pace lap.
Oh, we got one more. Lights are out this time through. Short track things.
Yeah,
I'll preface this with saying I'll preface this with saying that I'm on a different setup this week, and my monitors are about 3 feet apart, and one is a lot larger than the other. So I got my eyes split like I'm looking at one of those Camaro dashboards. You know the new Camaros, how they got 2 gauges, one on either side, and there's like a digital display in the middle. You got to split your eyes to see what's on either display. Like a chameleon over here.
That's what I was just about to say. Chameleon time.
Pace truck now, this time through, is going to dive for the pit lane. That will leave Philip York and Carter Koop in command for this 8-lap event. And remember, caution laps will not count, so if you get a yellow, the laps will stop accruing until we go back racing. 8 laps in heat 1 of 2 for the area charity race here at USA International Speedway on Friday, December 23rd. Green flag flies, and we're racing from USA. Big dive from Philip York. He goes to the top spot, the 52 with Carter Koop. Up the racetrack, and to his inside comes David Weishart, the 33. Couple cars getting together out of turn 2, the 83, the 24, the 99. 2 and 3 wide for a moment, side by side into turn 3.
Yeah, slicing and dicing towards the back half of this 10-car field. Jacob York's going to come off the corner to lead the first lap. He's got, looks like David Weishart all aboard the bumper.
Slide up the racetrack for the 83. Here comes Ryan Hartz up the middle of 3 wide to his inside. It's the 15 of Logan Hartman, but as you mentioned, out front it's Philip York who leads the way. Just underneath him, though, Weishart is pressuring for the top spot as we come to 6 laps to go.
And Weishart not giving up on the bottom. Oh, they're spinning all over the place in the back. Now they're keeping it straight for now. But they were really sideways coming out turn 4 towards the rear of the field. Now here we go, back up front for the lead.
They got it gathered up back there. Here comes Weishart. Big run to the inside into turn 3. He's going to go for the send right down on the bottom of the racetrack. There's some fresh clay down there that hasn't been used up, hasn't been slicked off yet. And Weishart takes the lead away from Philip York. And here comes Koop for second.
Yeah, Koop down on the bottom, trying to take the second spot away. Weishart, though, trying to check out. Seems like York's the only one trying to use the top here towards the front. Going to get real tight off too.
Yeah, with such a flat racetrack, I wouldn't really expect the outside to be the place to be. But York is holding tough out there, right in the middle groove. That's where kind of the comfort level is. And on the inside is where Weishart's found some speed, but Koop is keeping coming on the inside of Philip York, and Ryan Swan is sizing them both up there from 4th.
Yeah, riding in car with Ryan Swan. This is a race where you might see some guys up towards the front who you're not used to seeing up front on the oval side of things and the concrete and the pavement. Ryan Swan over here, really solid on dirt. As you can see, he's got a little groove going. Oh, it's about to touch the 52. He did.
A little bit of contact there out of turn 4. It's going to hurt Swan a whole lot more than it hurt Koop, though. And here comes Senesac in the 09, and Ryan Hart's in the number 3. Big dive on the bottom. Not a lot of place to go. They're going to touch.
Whoa.
And a slide from the 99 of Swan, but he gathers it up. They're 3 wide out of turn 2.
Boy, very, very tight. And once again, all these guys are making the race. Oh, and the Hearts gives a little shove to the Swan machine. The Ryans are going at it for 5th.
Yeah, you have to wonder, with everyone guaranteed entry in this race, how much more aggressive it's going to make everybody. Here comes the 3 to the inside again in turn 1. Going to lean on the 99, perhaps.
Not going to lean too much. Swan's going to get the run off the corner. Oh. Meanwhile, they are almost back into the pack, 3 wide over there towards the later part of this field.
83 and the 4 and the 24 all battling for 8th position at the moment. This is really just going to set their starting lineup in the feature as we pick up the white flag here. 1 lap to go, and this is the best battle on the racetrack at the moment. The 4 of the 83. Little contact there as Cochran clears Dillon and grabs the spot and back to the outside. A little contact out of turn 2. Still bumping and banging for doors, but heat number 1 is going to go to David Weishart in the 33. Expert pass on Philip York. He hangs on and will win the first of 2 heats.
Boy, that was that was eventful. More eventful than I thought it was going to be.
I like this combination, I'll say. I mean, I've seen a race here before at this track. I have not seen a race here before with this track in this car. And it seems like the grip level is high enough that you can kind of lean on people and not immediately spin them out. That's something we saw with the Bristol truck race where the grip level just wasn't that high. So any kind of contact, it just made things really hard to hang on to for all the drivers. But heat number 2 now. Let's look at the starting lineup for this one at the top of your screen. Brad Slaughter Jr. is going to be the first driver to kick things off in that Lumar number 8. Ed Robertson is going to start alongside him in the outside of the front row. Behind them, it's Jacob Bell and Rafe Slate, then Dawson Miller and Pierce Maffitt in row number 3. Row 4 is Hunter Collier and Travis Beckner, the Area 500 winner, and Garrett Grant will roll off last in the Kyle Larson-inspired Valvoline livery all the way down in 9th.
Yeah, pretty sick looking paint scheme there for Garrett Grant and Brad Slaughter as well. He actually said that he's going to keep his Lumar paint scheme there that you see on this car tonight. He's going to keep that paint scheme for the rest of the year down on the truck side of things, and maybe for whatever other Cup or Lodge Box race that he attends, if he decides to do that. Keep an eye on Rafe Slate in the 8 here. He's got some racing experience in real-life dirt racing, as did Carter Coop from the last session, so, and Jacob Bell as well, as he's blinking in and out. A couple of guys to keep an eye on, and Dawson Miller.
Field's doubled up here again. This is heat number 2. Remember that all for the benefit of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The link is available to donate, and we're going to be tracking those donations all night long, trying to reach our goal of $1,000 here right before the Christmas holiday. Again, thanks for joining us here on a Friday night, December 23rd. Brad Slaughter Jr., Ed Robertson, Jacob Bell, Rafe Slate, your front 2 rows. 1 to green this time by. Heat 1, I wouldn't say it was calm, but it was clean for the most part there, Hunter. What do you think about heat 2?
I'd say it's about the same. I think we'll see more aggression towards the lead than we did in the first heat.
Field's stacked up double wide at the exit of turn 2 now. 9 drivers getting set for the second of 2 heats. Our feature will be 50 laps. Just about 4 minutes time is all it takes to get through 8 laps around here at USA Speedway. This track no longer exists, Hunter. It's an apartment complex or a mall or something now, but
it's an Amazon.
It's an Amazon. Oh, great. Isn't everything. All right, here we go. Racked up, stacked up. 2 wide and 5 rows deep. 8 laps at USA Speedway. Green flag flies. We're racing in the dirt down here in Florida, and Brad Slaughter Jr. free and clear down into turn number 1. Ed Robertson slots into second. The 8 and the 77. Slate and Bell battling for P2.
Ooh, and Bell is blinking on the track as they're actually 3rd and 4th, and Slaughter's got a cool lead for the moment, although Robertson, facing some heat from Slate, going to take over second.
Trouble on a turn 4, contact, and around goes Dawson Miller. Spins and slides. We stay green for now, but Miller's facing the wrong direction here in the dirt, and more trouble up front. Rafe Slate's going to go into the wall, and the 77's all over the place as they chase each other into the concrete out of turn 2.
Yeah, they are really all over the place, and the 77, Jacob Bell still trying to get his internet fixed out, still blinking. But man, talk about chaos. Oh, we got some more.
Accordion effect out of turn 4. Bell hit the 27 of Beckner, which hit Rafe Slate, and Rafe is going down to protect. Getting really physical out here. Slate chucks the car into turn number 1 using that real-world experience. And he's going to grab one spot back as Beckner falls into the clutches of, how about Garrett Grant up 5 positions into 5th place?
I was just about to say, Grant's on the move. He started dead last, and he's trying to rip the high line like his favorite driver, Kyle Larson.
Working out well so far. Bell back to Slate again. These two have leaned on each other a couple times so far in this one. Look at Rafe just throw the car in there, and right against that inside line, we saw the fresh dirt being the grippiest part. It worked out for the 33 of Weishart, and Grant's in the fence out of 2.
Yeah, he saw the run that he had, and then the wall just catches you so quick. It's like, oh no, that's the wall. I'm not supposed to hit it. While up front, they were close for the lead, but Ed Robertson still trying to put pressure on Brad Slaughter as we've crossed 4 to go.
Half a second between the front 2 right now. There they are in the shot. Robertson trying to close down on Slaughter, but the battle is for 4th between Garrett Grant and Jacob Bell. And Beckner, and is that Pierce Maffitt? Yes, it is, in the 47. In the green and black car, trying to ride the rim here. And you see the track kind of slicking off on that bottom lane, and the loose dirt's moving up a little bit. Maybe there's some grip to be had in that middle to high groove.
That'll be a pattern we'll see throughout the night. It's already starting to happen for the second heat, and for the feature, it's only going to be more prevalent.
On board now with Pierce Maffitt. Watch the speeds climb here. Pretty slow relatively as far as dirt vehicles go, only about 100 miles an hour on the front straight, but slow and heavy and big. These street stocks are not exactly at home on the dirt. Kind of awkward vehicles to drive, but for the lead, here comes Robertson to the inside of Brad Slaughter Jr. side by side at a turn 2.
Well, they are dead even down the straightaway. Brad with just the edge. They head into 3 and 4. Robertson trying to send it down on the bottom to make contact. Slaughter still put up a fight.
Sparks flying off the quarter panel of the 64. Robertson leads his first lap of the race. He needs to lead 1 more to win this heat. 2 more to win this heat. Nope, 1 more. White flag in the air. 1 more time around USA Speedway in heat number 2.
Oh, Brad, that was not a good corner. You had to check up a little bit mid-corner. He's in the wall. And that might be it.
I heard that. He hit that thing so hard. Turns 3 and 4, now checkered flag waving for Ed Robertson, who made a pass coming to the white flag. Ed Robertson will win heat number 2. Brad Slaughter Jr.
Oh, and they're crashing.
Uh-oh. That's Grant and Beckner tangled up in the background.
Well, they're going to be starting towards the back in this feature coming up.
Try to see if we could quickly see what happened there between the 2. Let's go back. We got the opportunity. 5. Whoop, nope, we're not going to get the opportunity. Changing things over to the feature event. That's how quickly these heat races go, Hunter.
Yeah, and that's how fast everything changes on dirt.
Changes quick. A little bit of warm-up period here to remind you that the link to donate is in the description, and at least on the YouTube side, and it's in the chat there on YouTube as well, and on the Twitch side, I believe it is. On Facebook, I know it is. And help donate to the cause, trying to reach that $1,000 donation margin by the end of the night. Now, with the warm-up complete, moving into the feature race here. 50 laps, about 22 minutes of action here, Hunter, and caution laps will count now. So if we do get a yellow flag, which we didn't get in our heats, we will not stop the progress of this race.
Indeed, and we'll see how this main event goes. I'm really excited for this. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win. I mean, it's all for fun at the end of the day, but these guys still want to have a shot at winning at USA.
Yeah, this is, again, we've seen the combination. If you can get out front and you can kind of champion the dirt on your own, you're going to be in a good spot. But when you have to race side by side and start taking compromising lines, you're going to set yourself back. Look at the middle of the racetrack now. You see that kind of hardened clay right in the middle of the road where it's darkened. That's all slicked over, so that's not going to be as grippy as just to the left on the screen of that. You see where that dirt is piled up, a little coarser looking. There's grip there, and there's grip right against the inside wall, which is where our pole sitter, David Weishart, found grip to win the first of 2 heats tonight. We didn't see Robertson use the bottom quite to that effect, but I think he might have to put Weishart through his own school if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, we'll see here in this 50-lap heat if Weishart can get the job done. I don't know. I'd still keep an eye on Brad Slaughter in the 8. Seems like he has some pretty good speed. Just got caught up there at the very end, although that was 8 laps in. Got to do it for 50.
Yeah, 50 laps is a little longer. You have to chase the racetrack a bit more. The conditions didn't change and weren't expecting to change in those short heats, but in this race, the grip level is going to change across the road, and you're going to have to find your own path forward, and that's going to change throughout the night. So if you're good at one line, you'll have to figure out a little bit better. Hunter Collier driving up, and we're doing a 4-wide salute here. And this is a really, I haven't seen this done in a long time here, Hunter. What a cool shot.
Cool indeed. A great cause, great show that these drivers are about to put on here at USA International Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the rest. You got the best. Often imitated, always duplicated. It is Area iRacing at USA.
Fans, you paid for the whole seat. You only need the edge. We'll add that into the mix as well. Brew turns 1 and 2 and doubled up now as the field rockets off under pace speed before we get these V8s torqued up and going racing on the dirt here at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. Going a 4-wide start? Heck yeah.
That'll be interesting if they do. They might have added another pace lap for that. I'm not sure.
Either way, it's cool looking. Field wide starting. I've seen a couple groups do 3-wide starts for mock Indy 500s. That is always nerve-wracking. Yes, we'll get another pace lap to let them sort it out.
I was gonna say,
thank goodness.
That might be a little much if you're trying to do a 4-wide salute and then just start the race like that.
Now getting the field sorted back out. Everyone's going to peel off and get racked up and stacked up double file for the initial start of this race. So your pole sitters, David Weishart and Ed Robertson, they're your heat winners from the heats you just watched. Robertson, your heat 2 winner. Weishart, your heat 1 winner. And where they finished in their heat is where they are in their row. So heat 1 was Weishart, York, and Carter Koop, your top 3. They're going to start 1st, 3rd, and 5th on the inside. And based on where Weishart was, I liked that lane. I thought that was a good one. Made some speed down there. He'll have to make it for 50 laps to hold off 18 other drivers here at USA International Speedway. One more pace lap. We're going to add another one. Hard to tell. Hard to tell because the lights aren't on the pace truck, so you never read.
Well, we got
there it is.
We got $170 left until we reach our goal. I just
Really?
chipped in 200. Yep.
Nice. Well, that's
so
awesome.
We're at 830 of 1,000, and the link to donate is down in the Twitch chat, and it's on the screen for the other platforms that this is being streamed on.
Excellent, and we're so thankful for all those that have donated, and looking forward to breaking that goal before the end of this 50-lap feature. Every little bit helps. This time, Pace Truck is going to make a left onto pit lane and leave the field in the hands of David Weishart in that blue and yellow 33. Robertson in the 64 will start along the outside of the front row. There goes the Pace Truck onto the pit lane spline, and here we go. USA International Speedway charity racing for the Area Series. Green flag. Double wide out of turn number 2 for Bryce Senesac and Jacob Bell. Still too wide for a whole bunch of drivers behind him. But for second, here comes Brad Slaughter Jr. He's smelling the back of the 64 and a little bit of bobbing and weaving there. The 09 and the 52 of Carter Koop were trading paint there for a second.
There's a lot of bobbing and weaving. Oh, they're still touching in the middle of the corner. It's going to get tight right here with Ryan Hartz and Senesac.
And for the lead, here comes Ed Robertson, a huge slide into turn 3. He clears Weishart for the top spot as we're 3 abreast in the background for about 10th spot.
And it seems like they have subsided for the top 5, but not over here as Ryan Hartz is kind of stuck in the middle.
He's the meat and the sandwich now. Oh, Slaughter and 3 or 4 drivers bouncing off the concrete. 99 of Swan got it, probably the heaviest of that group. Hartz goes wide here. Oh, 4 abreast for a second. Leaning on each other. The 99's going to spin into the field. The caution's out, and they're going to stack him up 2, 3, 4 in the background.
That's Cochran and Miller getting in it along with Swan. Hartman there as well. Take a look at a replay here. Kind of tight. Nowhere to go for these guys.
Yeah,
just slide right in.
Classic stack up here at a short track, but going back to exactly how it started. Watch the 99, enters the corner here. Kind of slings around the outside, then a little contact there at the 86. Once, twice, thrice. That's what turns him around and back across the nose of the 4. That Dawson Miller. Yes, it is the backwards. The dirt style number threw me off for a second. Dirt World, they run the numbers on the roof the other way around. I thought I was looking for a 95, but in reality, it is a 56.
And looking over, just got another $50 donation from Tristan Newman. So we're at 880 out of 1,000. So only 120 away from reaching the goal and 220 from matching last season's goal.
Excellent stuff. And again, thanks for your donations. And so close to getting to that goal of $1,000 by the end of the live stream here. We've got 45 laps to go, so plenty of time to get there. Ed Robertson took the lead away from David Weishart, did it on the bottom with a slide job. Has Weishart learned something maybe? He was pretty conservative on the bottom. He made moves down there, but it wasn't a slider that got the pass done on Philip York in Heat 1. He just drove down there and passed him like it was the old-fashioned asphalt track or something.
Yeah, you take whatever you can get and try to hold on to it, but you know, we're going to see this start to shuffle around, not just in the middle of the pack, but towards the front as well. We're going to have some pretty dicey moves being made, and still got over 40 laps left.
Doubling back up here for the restart. It'll be lap number 7 of 50. Robertson, Weishart, York, Slate, Brad Slaughter Jr. Now, Brad Slaughter took a pretty big hit out of turn 4 one of those times. I don't see a ton of damage on that car. But again, these street stocks have quite a bit of their tires sticking out. I think that's what is catching drivers off guard, is physically the car's body is not hitting the wall. It's just the wheel and tire.
Well, we'll see how this affects the 08 of Slaughter. There's 2 8s, but he is listed as the 08. Rafe Slate is the other 8 who's in 4th. And here we go. Green flag back in the air at USA.
Back green and back racing again here from USA International Speedway. Weishart immediately back down to the inside, gets touched from behind and spins across the racetrack and pile in.
Oh my goodness.
And Maffitt took the biggest hit of everybody there.
And, well, I thought he was out. He looked like he just blinked. Well, we'll take a look at it again.
Yeah, the 33, I think, just get the touch from the 97, turns him around, and then back across the road, and nothing Maffitt could have done. Senesac got in there pretty hot as well.
Man, that is unfortunate. Early on, said it was going to shuffle around towards the front. Didn't think it would shuffle like that.
And bam! I mean, there's just not a whole lot of time to react there for Maffitt. He's going to get the worst of it. So will Weishart, who will drop all the way down to 19th. Don't see a lot of body damage on any of these cars, though. That is good news.
No, they might have the composite bodies like the Cup cars do.
Made out of something, unobtainium. That will slide Rafe Slate up into second place, and it was actually, who was the driver that, was that Philip York?
Oh. Yes.
The 25 on the timing and scoring, 97 on the car. He's going to get an EOL here for causing an issue.
Still early on, though.
Yeah, still, I mean, a long way to go here, so I don't think he'll have a lot of issues moving back forward with the pace that he has shown. But put Rafe Slate in second as a dirt racer. Licking his lips here at the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Ed might take the top, and that's going to give the bomb to the 8, unless he switches here. We get the 1 to go.
Could be our 1 to go here, and Robertson looks like he's sticking pretty firm. No, he's going to do the crossover and go to the inside for the restart. That will put Rafe Slate up on the outside.
He teased him. He teased him with it.
And again, following restart rules here, it's going to be challenging for Rafe to get a jump on the 64 from the outside lane. Again, this is a bottom-feeding racetrack. Because the corners are so tight, this is kind of a paperclip-shaped racetrack. It's hard to carry a lot of speed up on that outside lane because there's such a big difference between the outer and inner track lengths, basically. The inside lane is so much shorter than the other way around. And and there's no banking to carry momentum up there, so you have to kind of go the short way. But it's going to get slicked up down there, and I don't think it's going to be the best lane all night long. It already looks so much glassier than the rest of the track. Robertson and Slate make up the front row for the restart. And green flag in hands of the starter. And green flag back in the air. Robertson and Slate. Robertson clears the number 8 and into turn 1. Look at Slaughter Jr. in the backdrop, trying to make that upper groove work around Jacob Bell.
Oh, Jake sliding up. Ryan Hart's still in a 3-wide situation as they come off turn 2.
Trouble. The 15 bounced off the 3. I thought they were going to hook each other into the fence. They didn't. They will continue, but that was about as close as you're going to get to wrecking without finishing the job.
It might not be over yet.
Bryce Senesac between a rock and a hard place right now. Look at Ryan Hart's pushing. Is that the 83? Yeah, Dylan Cool.
Oh,
slides.
Slide.
Oh, man, that's tight.
Oh, they're going to be 4 wide almost. Oh, there they go. Set a sack up in the wall. Hart hit.
Oh, look, more trouble. The 52 Carter Coops in the wall. And everybody scatters, but they keep the cars straight.
Oh, I'd keep it back here. There's going to be some more carnage here ensuing this set
4
a sack.
wide.
They are 4 wide in the back for 15th, and they are still beating fenders.
And Philip York is all the way back up to 11th after restarting tail of the longest line. There's David Weishart trying to claw his way through this mess as well. By the way, Ray Slate has taken the lead and has a 0.2 of a second advantage over Ed Robertson. Here's what that looks like. Robertson's not done yet, though.
Meanwhile, as they are going on, we've got a couple more donations up to $9.50 now. $20 from Alan Elwood, and we are almost crashing in the back. Want to get this out. Hunter Collier's dad actually has donated $50, so appreciate all the donations. $50 away from $1,000.
Thanks, Hunter Collier's dad and Alan Elwood, and all those that have donated. Again, links are available where you're watching the stream, whether it's description or in the chat, and some great side-by-side racing. Garrett Grant and Philip York bouncing off each other down the backstretch, and a huge slider by the York car, but he can't make it stick on Travis Beckner, and here comes Grant trying to cross him under.
Yeah, Grant going to have that run on the bottom, but for how much longer? Right in car with him as he fights for the 10th spot.
Oh, big chunk of wheelie just went through the wheel to the right there to try to hang the slide, and here comes the 25 around the outside now. 25 or 97, depending if you're looking at the timing or on the side of the car. And Beckner trying to hang tough in the center of the racetrack. Look at the run he's building, though, right on the outside edge of that slicked up surface where the dirt is kind of wearing in. There might be some grip left there, but that upper groove is starting to get a little bit more popular here, Hunter, as the grip dies down at the bottom.
Yeah, Travis finished 23rd in this race a season ago, so one, again, a better improvement than where he was before. Holding tough so far inside the top 10.
Here comes Jacob Bell up to second past Robertson, splits the difference and drops in line behind Rafe Slate's number 8, and here he comes to the bottom again. Through the grass at turn 1.
I've seen a couple of cars do that. Excuse me. I've seen a couple of cars do that in the practice session, in the heats, and now we're starting to see it in the main event where it matters most. And boy, these guys have quite spread out throughout the pack.
Yeah, Rafe Slate, you mentioned he's got some real-world experience. You know what cars he's got real-world experience driving? Because he's hanging this thing super sideways like he's got modified experience or something. You wouldn't see that necessarily in a sprint car, but he's got that rear end hanging about 6 feet out from where the nose is pointed.
Oh, yeah, he's got experience. Jake has experience on the dirt as well. So does Carter Coop. A number of drivers have raced on the dirt in real life and putting it to use here at USA.
Yeah, that bottom groove, you can see how much darker it is as it's getting smoother and harder as the night goes on, the grip level going away. That's forcing everyone to move up the road a little bit, except Jacob Bell. He likes that bottom feeding line, and so does Robertson. They're just trying to get the last bit of grip that's down there before they're forced to use that non-optimal line that's a little higher up the road. I documented how track geometry-wise, you're not really well off going up the high side, at least early in the night.
Muffin Man Ed Robertson trying to take second away. Meanwhile, a little further back, we got, I believe that is the 99 of Swan. Very noticeable in the dark 99. Looking to get around Hart. So Hart's actually
your car
trying to
spun
get
around. Robertson spun. The 64 went around.
Looks like that's cool in 83 as well that the field is catching up on. Take a quick look at this and see what happened.
Wonder if he had some contact right there from the 83 that turned him around.
Well,
that spun him well back into the field. He's now battling for 7th, and he's going to hook the 99. They almost spin each other out on the front straight.
Now that could have been close, but yeah, Robertson's going to have a lot of ground to make up. Juan's got to catch everything up and might have a nice run here coming out too.
Closing in on the halfway point here of the feature race. 5 of Garrett Grant. Look how much higher up the racetrack he's going. Travis Beckner and David Weishart, whose progress has been pretty slow since that issue put him back in the field. Remember, he started up in 1st and now runs down in 11th, chasing a top 10 position here as the field spreads out ahead of him. Look at Beckner sliding up, little contact there with the 25 of Philip York.
Yeah, and going to slide right behind York is the 33 of Weishart as they roll off into 3 and 4.
And Ford, 4th place at 83, we saw involved in the collision with the 64, has some pressure in the form of Ryan Hartz creeping into the mix, that number 3.
Now Hartz has slowly gotten into a rhythm. So he's trying to get around cool, trying to get a big enough run around cool, and Robertson's trying to keep his cool. Dropped down to 8th and is slowly trying to work his way back inside the top 5, right in the car with him right now.
Yeah, I sense a little bit of frustration. He was up in the mix, had the track position, got himself there with that heat victory, and then gets turned around and fighting tooth and nail right down to the bottom. I just don't think there's grip down there to support that inside line. He's trying to make it stick and get alongside Garrett Grant, but everyone else will carry some better speed down the back straightaway.
Now that always helps. Robertson slowly creeping, and Swan trying to keep that outside line rolling. They are all over the place right behind him, though.
Yeah, everyone's getting creative now because that preferred groove that everyone was using, you can see again how slicked up it is. Higher and higher they're going to go. Look at Swan way up on the outside of the concrete there.
Now that is Larson lining it, and him and the 5 of Grant. Both their favorite drivers are Larson. He loves seeing him rip the top. It looks like Garrett's going to try and do that, but he's got York right behind and Beckner.
Weishart's not too much further behind, but they're struggling to get any purchase on that slick middle groove, and that's why you see everyone fanning out wider and wider. Grant and Beckner trying out that new fresh dirt that no one's been on all night. Look at Grant splitting the difference. 3 wide out of turn 2.
Ooh, almost was tight there. Had to come across the bumper of York. Beckner slowly creeping up right behind as well. Going to get really close. Oh my gosh.
He threw the radiator of the 27. And here's,
quite literally.
Yeah, David Weishart still trying to break back inside the top 10. Same difference there with Philip York. Also has
there
the
in the grass. Oh man, that was Swan and Robertson. They both went off in the grass there in turn 1. They're still going at it.
All-out brawl back here at the bottom half of the top 10. And look at Robertson right down to the bottom under Swan. Robertson's been bottom feeding all night long. It's been working for him, but the progress has slowed as the 5 gets turned out of 4. He straightens it back out. We continue, but it is all hands on deck. They're jabbing elbows into rib cages back here.
Oh my gosh. We're going at it like there's no tomorrow.
Weishart still trying to get back inside the top 10. That's a spot right ahead of him. That's P10. He's got 2 of them, actually, if he can get ahead of Grant, but they're going to make contact. Sparks fly out of 4. Coming to 20 laps to go next time by.
Oh, and in the midst of all this battling, Hunter Collier's mom has actually donated another $50, so we've officially reached our goal of $1,000 donated to the American... Oh, my screen's frozen. American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is what I was trying to say, but we reached our goal.
That's awesome. We reached the goal just after the halfway point of this race. And again, thanks to all that have made donations. Rafe Slate right now, he's just crushing it. 1.8 seconds clear of Jacob Bell and 20 laps to go when he comes back across the stripe.
But yeah, Slate has had a he's had a safe ride ever since these last 15 laps or so. Ed Robertson kind of got shuffled out and he's trying to shuffle his way back in, but boy, this has been a carousel back here for around the 8th and 9th spot.
Weishart still clinging to 10th. But Michael Curran, we haven't really talked a lot about the 24 tonight. Started the race back in 17th. Here he is up in 10th and trying to keep the nose clean, but having to get a little friskier to hang tough inside the top 10.
is also blinking in and out a little bit. Whoa, that's going to get tight. York, Weishart, and Grant almost getting together. Curran trying to make his way down on the bottom, and Collier right behind those guys.
It is tough to make up ground. The only driver I've really seen be able to successfully make up a lot of ground is the 64 of Ed Robertson. Well, no, he really only fell back to about 7th or 8th spot, so he hasn't really effectively gone anywhere. Maybe Philip York from the tail of the field back up to 10th, but even he's stalled out.
Very tight right here. Oh, that's Robertson. Oh.
The grip level is so high
7th.
that they can lean on each other and get sideways, but they're able to drive out of it, which is great. Keeps the race green after a couple of early caution flags. Curran way down in the grass, trying to find some grip right on the inside edge, and it's working out for him.
Yeah, worked out for now. Still trying to get around Weishart, and boy, these guys have been going at it now. And Robertson seems like he's going to get it in front of Swan. I think he can get up. There we go.
He's got by Swan. It's Hart's next on the list. That's a 5th position, and look at the dive again into turn 1. Clips the grass and just trying to hang tough right on the inside edge of the grass there, but it's a tough battle this late in the race. There's just not a lot of grip on that inside edge.
And whatever there is, he's trying to get the most of it. Seems like he might have a clearing here. Nope. Seemed like he had a really nice middle of 3 and 4, but Hart's had the better exit.
Now Hartz goes way up the track to try to see if that outside lane's got some grip up there, and again, it's grippier, but it's so much longer that hanging on to this spot is going to be tough. Even though the 64 does not have a line that he would like to run, probably like to run half a lane up and not have to give up so much speed on entry, but Hartz is hanging tough still.
Seems like there's more grip in 3 and 4 than what there is in 1 and 2. See right here, Robertson's holding his own. Hartz is ripping the top, but they're almost dead even off of the corner. A little more of a run that time for Hartz.
Yeah, Hartz cleared him for half a second, and now he's going to open up the opportunity again. But if Hartz makes a mistake, Robertson's got him cleared and vice versa.
Oh, and Beckner all up in the wall back there.
I think he got a piece of it. He'll stay straight, though. Been kind of the story of the night. We've seen drivers get kind of hooked together, bouncing off the walls, but they have not really had a lot of spins and things, although they're trying real hard back there with the 5 and 27. They were leaning on each other out of 2.
Got great racing here at USA, and another $50 has been donated in honor of Chad Kolker. Do apologize if I butchered the last name, but another 50 has been donated in honor of Chad K.
Thanks, Chad. Whoop, and what? Uh-oh.
Oh, Jacob Bell spun, and the caution's out.
Something happened there. There was something not right. Have a look. It was this
Oh, it was
Senesac.
Senesac.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he was turned around backwards and kind of got net coated in. Jacob Bell.
Hit that grass and just couldn't quite corral it after that.
Yep, and there
That
goes
happened
Bell.
right in front of the 77 with, I guess he was just checking up from that and it spun him around.
Yeah, interesting situation there, but again, with how greasy that middle groove is now, you can see just how packed in and how reflective it is. It's not an ideal surface, so if you get yourself a little too far sideways, and these cars don't have the lock that the modifieds would have. You're not going to hang these things out super sideways, so if you get them a little bit past that edge, you can't walk it back straight. You're going to end up turned back around. What this does mean is we're going to have a restart with under 10 laps to go, and that means a sprint to the finish here, Hunter.
Yeah, and it's only going to get more and more aggressive as the race goes on. I can only imagine how this is going to end up.
So we're going to be under 10 laps to go, and again, thanks for joining us here tonight for a charity event for the Area iRacing Series. Like to follow along weekly. If you're not watching on Twitch, you can head to twitch.tv/Area iRacing. We are off next week to observe the holiday period, but we'll be back in January and in 2023 with the remainder of the Area Cup Series, Area Truck Series, and Area Lodge Box Series. Still lots of really exciting racing coming your way in 2023. Now, while we've got a moment here, for those that are on the SimTV side of things, we're also going to celebrate the return of the Indy Elite Series Hunter, I'm sure you've heard about the IndyCar situation, and it doesn't sound like the Indy Elite Series will be returning to SimTV this spring because of IndyCar's new signed deals with Motorsport Games.
I really don't understand that, but we'll see how that goes for them in Motorsports Games. But yeah, a decade of basically what seems like nothing, because it's all going to go away after we cross into the new year.
Yeah, that's a bummer for the IndyCar fans, but for the street stock fans and for fans of the area series, we are finishing up an excellent night of racing. I just learned that I really like these street stocks at dirt tracks. I think it's a super fun combination, and we're not quite done yet. Pace truck to make the left-hand turn, maybe for the final time. We'll see if everyone keeps their hands to themselves here. 9 laps to go from USA International Speedway, and Ray Slate clears Brad Slaughter Jr. Here comes Dylan Cool in the 83 to the bottom in turns 2.
Oh, call him Cool and Lou, just kind of come out of nowhere, just kept his cool. Whoa, well, spoke too soon. Here comes Slaughter.
Brad Slaughter leaned on the 83 just enough and put himself in second place. Put the bumper to him as everybody fans out behind. The track's slick now. Can it support 4 wide in 3 and 4?
Maybe.
It did.
Barely.
Barely.
But it did.
8 laps to go. Ryan Hart's in the middle of 3 wide again. He's going to take Jacob Bell to the outside wall. Robertson's going to get into him. Can't lift now. 3's in the wall, and they're going to crash out of turn 2. No, they don't. They keep it straight. It's unbelievable.
It always looks like they're going to crash with how sideways these cars get. Oh, look at Beckner. He's going to be in the wall.
Oh. He's in it.
Went from bottom to top.
He's worn out that right side crash bar tonight, that's for sure. Look at Philip York back inside the top 5. Remember that EOL for the caution he caused way back and kind of near the beginning of the race. He has fought his way back into the top 5, but Ed Robertson is trying to get his way back up in there as well.
Yeah, all these guys are trying to rally a few more positions to give themselves a chance. Meanwhile, right behind, you got Bell, Weishart, and Beckner. They're just all over the track.
Splayed out 2 and 3 wide. 6 to go. Look at everybody using the whole racetrack. 33 of Weishart. Now officially back inside the top 10 if he can just maintain this spot in the middle, but that's going to be tough with the 3 rim riding the outside lane.
Literally, he is riding up near the wall, might be in the wall.
There he is again.
Oh, he is in the wall there.
Beckner making haste. And for second place, Brad Slaughter Jr. has got the upper groove on the 83 of Dylan Cool. They came together after the restart, and they have 5 laps to sort it out amongst themselves. Robertson got tangled up out of 2.
He's going to fall outside the top 10 now. Now he's going to have to see if he can rally away, maybe like Ross Chastain, to get up and pass a few more cars.
There's Brad Slaughter Jr. still trying to hang tough. He's 3rd that crossed the line that time through with 4 laps to go. I think the 83 is going to clear him here. There's Ryan Swan as these two start to get together out of 2.
Oh, Swan and York are touching doors in the back for 4th.
Change the game here.
Ada Slaughter needs to see.
And Slaughter just played the same game that Dylan did right back in 3 and 4. Dropped to the inside, it cleared him in the middle of the corner, slid up and stopped his progress. 3 laps to go.
No, they're still touching for 4th, and Cool going to send it down to the inside. York going to send it down as well, going to complete the pass.
Wow.
And Swan going to try to cross him over, and Beckner still ripping the top.
Fun-looking battles here amongst this top group. Both in the wall, those outside drivers, and man, York is just trying to make it stick after basically smashing the concrete, getting his foot right back in the throttle. I think Dylan's going to have Brad here again, but Brad throttles up mid-corner, and he's going to get this run again, but I just don't know if he can sustain this down the backstretch.
No, and the 83 is starting to blink more and more. That second spot's starting to slither away for Slaughter.
1 more lap to go here. In our charity race event, Rafe Slate picks it up. Still fierce battles behind them for top 5 and top 10 positions. Look at that battle into turn 1. They're going to crash back here.
It's Collier, Curran, Garrett Grant all the way up on the outside. Ryan Hart's in there as well.
For the leader, Rafe Slate, he's secure. Slaughter can't get back to Dillon either. Checkered flag waves, and Rafe Slate's going to pick up the victory here at USA International Speedway. Battles behind, banging doors. York and Swan come to the checkers, and York got him by 71 thousandths of a second.
4 wide across the line.
Wow. We're going back and watching that too. And you're speaking specifically of this battle coming to the checkers.
Yes. Boy, that was nuts.
Wow.
4 wide, and all right. Oh, we had some crashing there at the very end as soon as that one got done. But, man, what a fun little race we just had.
That was super fun. Here's a look at the race results. Swinging across your screen now as we get into the tail end of this here. Rafe Slate, Dylan Cool, Brad Slaughter Jr., Philip York, Ryan Swan, Travis Beckner, your top 6, followed by David Weishart, Ed Robertson, and Garrett Grant there, Hunter. That was a fun one.
Yeah, very fun indeed. Saw some names up towards the front that you typically don't see on a daily basis, so it's always good to see those guys getting their shine up towards the front. Got Hartz, Dawson Miller, Collier, Curran, Cochran, Coop, Moffitt, and Senesac. I believe there was one more.
Yes, that was Logan Hartman. We'll cycle back through. We'll get him that time. There he is. And finishing down in 19th place are the only 2 drivers that did not finish this one. Everyone else had a really good time, Hunter. That was a fun battle through the entire night. Drivers leaning on each other and I think enjoying it. And it was all for a good cause at the end of the night, which is great. And it sounds like we met our goal and maybe even eclipsed it a little bit.
We eclipsed it by $50. Appreciate everyone who's donated. Whatever amount is there, that's on the bottom of the screen. Whatever amount is always appreciated, no matter the size of the donation, whether it's $2, $10, $20, you name it. Really just a great night overall for the American American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We eclipsed that goal of $1,000 by $50. So really overall a great night, great race for a great cause.
Got Rafe Slate, who is our race winner with us now. Rafe, I know that tonight was really just fun racing for a good cause, but would love to hear your perspective on the racing tonight. It sounds and looks like you guys had a blast out there.
Yeah, I mean, I had a blast. Found something that it seemed like when I was looking in the mirror, nobody else could find. Just kind of sliding up through the stick or through the slick, trying to get my right rear on the tacky and getting a good drive off. And apparently it worked out. But yeah, excited. Second interview this week. Second interview in general. But yeah, a good race, good cause. Big thank you to Jacob Bell and Team Car Wash out of New Jersey and Clough Management.
Well, again, all for a great cause. And Rafe, just so you know, we did eclipse our goal tonight of $1,000, so a really good cause and a great night for you and for area and for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Just a really good night all around. Congratulations and enjoy the feel-good victory. This was a fun one to watch.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rafe. Moving on now to our third place finisher. That was Brad Slaughter Jr. Came home in P3. Had a good battle there with the 83 all the way until the end, Brad. Racing for a good cause tonight, all for fun, but you and Dylan were having the race of your lives there until the last couple laps.
Yeah, you could call it. We were having a spirited battle, some would say. But yeah, there's a little bit of netcode involved. Even have some little connection issues, but it was absolutely a great race and for a great cause. So a lot of fun. No complaints tonight. Just here to raise some money for a great cause, and I think we did that.
Awesome, Brad. Hey, thanks so much for joining here tonight and helping out and being a part of this. And enjoy your holiday season, and we'll see you in 2023.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, guys. I got a little more respect for you guys after last night. I got up there in the broadcast booth, so appreciate what you guys do, and we'll see y'all next year.
I appreciate it, Brad. Thanks so much. We'll see you later.
Yep, see you.
All right, Hunter, wrapping things up here tonight. One final call out for those that have been watching this evening. If you have not donated and have the means to do so, it would mean a lot to everybody to hit that link and donate whatever you can to help out the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Fun night. I like racing on the dirt. I like racing for charity and for good causes, Hunter. Final thoughts on this one. I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed it as much as you did as well. Overall, great night. Like I said, great race for a great cause, and overall, just a fun time. I mean, everyone wants to win, but everyone's out there also just to have a good time and turn some mud.
That's going to do it for us tonight. The next broadcast you're going to see is going to be in 2023 from the SimTV side. We'll see you over for our next Area Cup Series event, Area Truck Series, and Area Lodge Box coming up in a couple of weeks. Thanks so much for watching. Kyle Heyer, Hunter Sleppy, please donate to the cause if you have the means to do so. Link is still open and available. We'll see you next time here from SimTV next year. Thanks so much.